Alrighty, what is quacking, everybody? So Nintendo baited us. They absolutely, unequivocally baited us. They had us in the first half. They had us. So, Reese, we just got the reveal of what Emio is. And Emio is the next game in the Famicom Detective Club series. It is the third game. It is the new installment after 30 years. I was so hoping that this was gonna be Nintendo's crack at horror, because they had us. They really did. They had the spooky trailer. They had the M17 Plus. I was like, oh, okay, Nintendo going spooky. Like, I was excited. I was jazzercised. I was ready for Nintendo to just hit us with some real gore, some spooks, some paper bag man stabbing, local townspeople. I was ready for whatever. And then they said, here's a murder mystery. Now, I'm not upset that it's a murder mystery. I love me a good murder mystery. I'm not upset that it's a visual novel. I love me some good visual novels. You got Steins Gate out there, Doki Doki Literature Club. Like, you got some good games that are visual novels. I'm just upset because I was hopeful. I am let down by my own hope that Nintendo was about to smack us with a spooky adventure. I was like, oh, it's gonna be great. I came up with theories. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like some Onryo stuff. It could be that, or it's just like some weird psycho crazy guy who like wants people to smile all the time. So he makes people look like the Joker. Like I was so ready. I was so ready. And we just get a murder mystery. But anyways, Nintendo dropped the Emio Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club, and they chatted with the producer of the series. And basically, after remaking the first two games back in 2021, they got really inspired to just make another game in this series. Like, we should do another one. So they did, and basically the premise of this game is based around like kind of like an urban legend type deal, and it's based around Emio, and if he sees a girl crying or whatever, he'll offer them like a smiling paper bag to cover their sadness in exchange for their life, which is a pretty cool premise because it's based around an urban legend, but it's also rooted in reality. Like they said, they're like, oh, because it's rooted in reality, it makes it more scary. And I think that's what they're going for. I think they're trying to do like a really actual, like, spooky murder mystery type deal. Like, I don't really know how spooky you can get it when you're the one like being a detective or whatever. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if you're playing through the visual novel and there's like jump scares or whatever. It still has the M17 Plus rating, so there's that. So I'm wondering, like, is there gonna be a lot of blood? Is there gonna be like, what's going to happen? How gory is this game gonna be? Like, how mature are the themes gonna be? Because like, I'm probably gonna play the game. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna play the game. Looks very interesting. Looks nice. I want to see, the Smiling Man. I want to see this because now I'm invested. I think that was their marketing strat. Because at first if they just did Famicom Detective Club, I wouldn't have been invested. But now, out of spite and disappointment, I want to play this game just to be like, oh, this could have been something else, but instead I'm playing a murder mystery. So like, it's gonna just come from that, and I think that was their marketing strategy. They're like, we're gonna get them with this. We're gonna be like, yeah, here's spooky game. But they did show some screenshots from the game, which it looks very clean, obviously, and they showed like snippets of cutscenes as well. The cutscene looks straight up out of like a really high quality production anime. Like, it looks like one of those like flashback cutscenes where like the main character or something just is going over things and he's like, oh my god, no way, I remember all of those scenes, all of those things. So I think this is just gonna be like a really good high quality visual novel. I am excited to play it, but oh my glob, oh my gosh, man, it does suck that Nintendo didn't do something spooky, and now I'm also like very intrigued if maybe the response Nintendo got from this they also maybe decide to actually make a horror game, because that was a lot of like responses, like seeing on Twitter and seeing in the comments and stuff. People were like, what is this? Oh my god, is Nintendo finally doing something spooky? Are they finally doing something scary? So hopefully this might be a sign for Nintendo to be like, all right, we'll actually give them something spooky. We'll give them some weird spooky story. And I think that's what we want, Nintendo. Nintendo, we want the spooky. This murder mystery, it's good. It's fine. You know, you're giving us a 17+ game. You're going to give us a game with mature contents, all of these cool things. I'm excited to play it because I am really curious to see like how Nintendo handles like something this mature. And I know it's probably going to be a pretty decent story too. So I'm very excited to see like what they're bringing to the table, because, you know, it does have Nintendo's labeling on it. So I'm very curious as to like how deep this goes. I'm not expecting anything too crazy. I'm not expecting like Outlast levels of like insanity. I'm not expecting like one of the parts of the detectives to like walk into a house and it's just like skinned high school girls all over the wall. But I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you know, going through the game, there's like, we actually see like, you know, dead bodies, or just like, you know, very obvious corpses that are in place. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw those type of things. So I'm very intrigued. I'm very, you know, peaked. They hit me with the marketing. I'm very, very curious now. They did say they made up like, you know, a lot of like the folklore. They like really like sat down and made this like really as original as they could. So I'm excited. August 29th, I'll probably copy me a copy of that, play me some Famicom Detective Club, seeing what this smiling man has to offer, seeing how he's brutally killing crying girls, and seeing how Nintendo is putting their little spin on this type of game. But that's my thoughts, my feelings. We were baited. Let me know if you're excited for the game down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace. Bye.